as you know, we've just got through Christmas, and if you struggle to find a present for someone close to you who's into mountain biking, then let this video be a guide for next year. Hope you enjoy.
Okay guys, so let's start off by having a simple one. So all of these gifts here will be all on chain reaction cycles, and they'll all be linked down in the description. So if you want to get any when it gets to Christmas time again, you can just come back to the video and go into the description. So this is a very simple one. So chain reaction cycles gift voucher. You can select how much you want it to be, so from £1 to £100, and or custom amount. So you could select however much you want. It's a very simple one. You can do whatever you want with it. And yeah, so that's the first one. Now moving on to the second one. So I've chosen a very important thing here. So you have lots of choices when coming to multi-tools. So you can go for a very cheap one on sale at the moment on chain reaction cycles, like this Crank Brothers B8 multi-tool. And this basically, it will have hex keys in it, and it will have some sort of form of screwdriver, and they're the only photos of it. But it's usually retail price. It usually retails at £18, so that's another option, and it's very handy to have when you're out on the trails, just in case you get a flat or something like that. I mean, I don't really know how a few hex keys would help with a flat, but it is what it is. Then you go up to something a bit more high end, like the Crank Brothers 19 function multi-tool, which has 19 functions, as it says. Usually retails at around £30. And this one will have, obviously, as it says in the title, 19 functions. So it will be very useful. So I'm sure it will include some form of hex keys, some form of screwdriver things, and some form of maybe like a spoke tightener, something like that. So that's a good option as well. And yeah, so they're probably that's from the very simple end to the very high end. The very high end one obviously being the 19 function multi-tool. Moving on now to another important one, because obviously in winter riding our tyres get an absolute pummeling as we go through the muddy trails and things. And these are my personal favourite tyres, the Schwalbe Magic Marys. They do well in all scenarios. They do well in dry as well. You can select each rim size that you have, your wheel size, and you can select the width of the tyre, which is very, very useful, because on some tyres you can't select the width and you can only select the wheel size. But I really rate these tyres. If you go onto custom reviews, I'm sure they'll all be very highly rated. Yeah, 5 out of 5, 2 reviews. Yeah, so as you can see, great product, awesome traction, a mighty hunk of rubber. So that speaks for itself. And that, as you can see here, one ranging from Singapore to Yorkshire. So it goes, and this review here says digs right into the slippy slop of UK wet season quite a lot of the year. So as you can see, these are rated very highly by not just me, but 2 other people in the comments and pretty much everyone. And in the most recent Mountain Biking UK issue 390, they're rated 5 stars and the best on test. That rhymed, but that speaks volumes for the good, very, very good tyre. Moving on to another important one, as it's very wet this year, we have here the Enduro Burner pants too, and these are very good pants. I personally own these. They feel really, really good on your legs. They have nice, there's GMBN popping up. They have nice mesh on the back here, and that keeps the stuff flying up onto your bum and keeps your saddle quite clean if you're sitting down. And also on the front here, it has mesh here, so it will, but it gives you it is very airy around your crotch and that area. And then you have a pocket here, which will comfortably fit a mobile phone. I can zoom in on the pocket. Just there, and that comfortably fits a mobile phone. They usually retail at £90. You can get them at most of your local bike shops for £90. We have a look on the reviews here. They will be, I'm sure they'll be good reviews, as I very much, see, 4.8 out of 5 stars, really comfortable, even with pads on. So yeah, they fit over pads really nicely, and it keeps the light rain off. So yeah, I really like these pants. The only 4 out of 5 is Spanish, and I can't speak Spanish. Please don't sue me in the comments if it isn't Spanish, because I don't really know. But yeah, so they're very nice pants. I like those a lot. And obviously, Enduro is sponsored by the Athertons. I mean, Athertons are sponsored by Enduro. And the Athertons wouldn't sponsor something, or they wouldn't be sponsored by someone that they didn't rate. So, that speaks volumes that the Athertons are sponsored by Enduro. So I'm going to leave that one with you to see what you think of them. Next is the Crank Brothers Mallet 3 pedals. These are more on the pricey option. They retail at £130. But if you have clip shoes, if you don't have clip shoes, then that will probably take the total to maybe £180, £190. But I very much like these pedals. I have personally owned some of these, and they do, your feet constantly stay in. Obviously they can't come out because they're clipless pedals, but I very much rate these. I really like that. Personally have the red because I really like it. It fits well with my bike. Well, it doesn't really fit well with my bike, but I still like it. And I'm sure these will also be, rated very highly out of 10 reviews. I've been a flat pedal rider for years and tried SPDs a few times, but I've never been comfortable with them. Thought I'd try cleats again. I went with these mallets. Best decision ever. So, these are very good pedals, well made, good quality item, well packed, great price, happy with purchase. So, that does speak for itself. So I very much like these pedals. I do highly rate them. And I think that is where we are done. I was having a look for some flat pedals, but they're all out of stock. Well, we could have a look. Let's have a look at some Crank Brothers Stamp 2s. I've also owned these. Well, my dad has owned these, and I very much like them on his bike. So if you pair them with I have some 510s that I use for just some normal riding and stuff. When I switch to I have stamp ones, so I sometimes switch to those when I'm riding dirt jumps and stuff. But I do very much rate these pedals. They're very good. I use the large because I'm size 8, and I recommend if anyone is a size 8 or above, they use the larges because you grow out of the small size a lot easier. But if you're like fully grown, then don't worry about that at all. They're the smaller, very good, I think, I'm sure, because they're the same build as these. The only suggestion I would give is to move these pins just a bit outwards, because you're putting a lot of pressure on the actual body of the pedal there. But yeah, I very much like those. No reviews yet. Should we write a review? I'll write a review later. That's just taking me there. Don't want to go there. But yeah, guys, that is basically it. Hope you've taken a bit from this video and you can improve your gifts for next year. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. Drop a like down below if you really enjoyed the video. And give me a comment if YouTube don't turn them off. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video and see you in the next one.